from space dim employee it's down a little bit down. Yep, click on that. Now run that query. Okay. Click and now put the cursor behind the from and hit enter. Okay, so you still don't have that thing. You know what I'm talking about?
What was that?
The numbering.
Yeah, the numbering is not coming out yet.
Okay, so what you need to do, and any other person facing the same problem can follow suit, what we're going to go through. Go to Tools, come down to Options. And then on
Hi,
the
sorry,
left.
Godwin.
Yep.
How did you get to this canvas, please?
Who is asking?
Ijeoma.
Ijeoma, have you installed SQL Server Management Studio?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Emilia.
Shall we go back? Yeah.
Emilia, pause a bit. Ijeoma, share your screen. Emilia, stop sharing.
Okay. What am I sharing for?
Ijeoma, share your screen. Let's see.
Okay, so. Okay, that's me.
Okay. So click on New Query.
Oh, okay.
And that should open up the canvas, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, now let's use you and see whether you have it. So type select all from dim employee. No, first of all, select your database. Hold on, it's loading up. Wait, let it finish loading. Your system is stalled somehow.
I've got a lot of things opened up.
Okay, now change that to your database. Your system is slow.
Very slow.
Where are you connecting from?
UK.
Okay. I thought maybe you were using so are you using 4G or 5G? The database server is not available. Okay, now close that. Close that dialog box and connect. Click on connect. Your system could be a problem. Database engine. Connect. Just close this query, but close this canvas, and let's open another one. No, not that place. The next, yeah. No. Come back, come down into the canvas. Yep, that one. Close that, and then open another one. Let's see if it has connected. Okay, so go back and select your database.
I'll let Amelia share. Let me
Okay,
know.
Ijeoma, go to your C drive. Let me see if you have enough computing capacity. Go
Okay,
to your C drive. You know where your C drive is?
passively.
Huh?
Yeah,
Okay, share your C. Let's see if you have enough capacity on your C drive.
PC. John.
Come back to click on this PC.
PC.
This PC up. One, no. Come back down, down. Yep, click on that. You have space now. You have space. So what is happening?
I don't know. I don't know because even in Power BI, it's been giving me issues.
Maybe you need to do a disk clean.
Okay.
Um,
I'll stop sharing so that I'll look at the recording.
okay.
Yeah.
But let me show you something. Right click on your drive. Right click on that drive and let's see some right click and go to properties. So it looks like you don't have enough RAM. Though you have enough space on your hard disk, but you may not have enough RAM. So you need to do a disk clean. Now, what you've just done, what I asked you to just do, if it opens up, you would see a page that says disk clean. Okay, let me show you my one. Stop
Okay.
sharing and let me show you from my point. And
Okay.
try to do that and see if it will free up some space on your RAM so that your computer can run properly.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Da, 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 dee. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
So I don't even have enough space. You remember last week I was facing problems?
Yeah.
I was able to, last week I only had 2 gigs of space left. So that's why I was facing problems and I had to delete a few things to get it to 18. So when I click on properties, it should open up a window. This window here, you see it says clean disk.
Yeah.
This, when you click on this, it frees up space on your RAM,
Okay.
right? It will free up
Okay.
space on your RAM, and then all it asks you to clean up system files.
Okay.
So if you have a lot of garbage in your RAM, it will clean it up for you.
Okay.
Okay, and all you need to do is say okay to that.
Okay.
Delete files, say yeah, delete those unwanted files.
Wow.
So you do that a
Oh,
few times and then it should clean up some space for you, okay?
thank you so
Hopefully that
much.
should work, but if it doesn't, then we need to look at it a little bit further.
All right. Thank you so
Okay,
much. All right.
that's
Thank
okay.
you.
Emilia, you can share now. So where are we? Okay, so go down on the left, click on text editor. Now open up the text editor. And then open up transact SQL. Come down a bit, open that up. And then no, open up transact SQL. You haven't opened it up yet. Now come down a bit. Under that, you will see general.
Yeah.
Click on that. Then to your right, you see line numbers.
Yeah.
And then say okay to that.
Oh, it's here now. Thank you.
Right, so your line numbers should now start appearing, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, now if
Hi,
you stop
Gordon.
share, pardon?
Sorry, Gordon.
Yep.
Can I please share my screen?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Can you see my screen now, Gordon?
Not yet.
I'm sharing.
What's happening, Augusta? You're not sharing your screen. Are you with us, Augusta?
Yeah, sorry, I was in the main room. I'm using two systems, so it's yeah, sorry, it's Augusta Ricardo D.
Okay, that's fine, no worries. Yeah, so what do you want us to look at?
I tried to do what Amelia did, but I didn't get to do new query.
I can't hear you. Your voice, you are very faint.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, I tried to follow the instructions we're giving Amelia. But
Okay, write the same query Emilia wrote, let's see. I expect everybody to be able to write that query now.
yeah, it's
Go behind the from and hit enter. Go behind from. Okay, so what have you selected? Right, so you see that there is an error there. Why do you think that is?
Because it should be select.
Why do you think that error is there? Emilia, can you assist her?
Where you type select, you need to type select all.
Okay. You need to input at least a column.
Yeah. Select all. You have to press on your shift key and type on the star in front of it.
Type on what? Sorry.
You know, put your hand on the shift key and type 8.
Yeah, I've done that.
Do you see that the error has gone now?
Yeah.
Okay. So execute. You see the execute button up? Up, up, up. Down, down, down. Yep. Okay, so you've executed successfully.
So I
Fine.
have.
But what you want is the numbering. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. Click on Tools, Options. Your lettering is very faint.
Oh, it's a desktop. It's fine. Oh, sorry about that.
Come down and click on Text Editor. Open it up.
Text editor.
Yeah, open up that text editor. Click on the arrow on the left. Now come to Transact SQL. Open that up. No. Open open that up. Click on General. Now you see to your right, you see line numbers. Check that box and click on OK.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
No worries.
Okay. I'll stop sharing now. Thank you.
Okay, so let's see. I would share my screen and let's do some quick work. So if you should stop sharing your screen, yeah?
Yeah, I've stopped sharing it.
Okay, cool. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I remember the last week we stopped on the use of distinct, right? Actually, that was our second query. We have about 5 types of select queries to run. So let me hasten up a bit. Use of distinct. Now I'm going to use a different, we use the AdventureWorks
Shall I
database.
go back from where I am, yeah?
Pardon?
From where I am on my screen, shall I go back? Shall I close that one and start here?
I don't understand your question.
Where
You
I
want
was,
you want to open a new
should I open
new
a new
canvas?
canvas? Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You can stay on the old one. It doesn't matter. Just
Okay.
change. Except that you don't have this database I'm going to use, so it wouldn't work on your canvas, right? You don't. I want to use a different database which you don't have at the moment.
Okay.
So I'm going to use a database. I'm going to use this database that I have. So I'm going to write it. But is the query, as you would see, is the same thing as we wrote last week. Now, if I open up this database, I want to use a particular database in here, a particular table. My system is still very slow. So basically, this is a system for enrollment on a course. It's like you have all enrolled on an SQL course or on a data analyst course. So this is a database, and I want to use the training. Where are you? I want to use the training database. What is the issue? What is the issue here? Hold on, guys. One moment. There's somebody at my door.
Emilia and Augusta, can you hear me?
Yes, Ijoma, hi.
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
hi. So when you went to tools, what did you click on tools?
Tools and options.
Hold on, let me check.
Options.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Text editor. Yeah. So after text editor, can you remember?
I think there was something he says select table of something by the right hand side.
I'm looking at you.
Are you there now?
Yeah, I can't see. I know that everything here is selected.
What is the issue?
Godwin, please, after text editor, what else did you say?
Because
After text editor. Okay, share your screen. Let me stop sharing.
You just tell me, I will just do it.
Transact SQL.
yes.
Then under that, click on general. Then on the right side, you see line numbers. Check that box.
General. Line numbers. Look, I've seen the line numbers. Yeah, I've gotten it. Thank you.
The joy when you get it.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so let's get on. So now I have this. And if I execute this, you would see everything that is, oh, what's the problem with this? There's no error. So why is it not completion time, invalid object name, training? Okay, let me see if it's here instead. I think it's here. One moment, okay? Okay, I've selected the wrong database. That is why we are having an issue. So this is within this database, not the other one. So that should work now. Okay. So this is the output we have. And look at this carefully. I'm going to expand this a bit so that it becomes a little bit clearer. This is the output we have. If, for example, I ask you, how many courses are there? Will it be easy for you to tell me given this output? Will it be easy? Emilia, do you think it will be easy? There are 327 rows. Will you be able to count through 327 rows and tell me exactly how many courses there are?
Sorry, no.
No. Beautiful. But you see that, look at course ID, for example. It has been repeated several times.
Yeah.
And you see that that continues.
Same
So
with
what
trainer ID.
pardon?
Same with trainer ID.
No, training ID, where is that?
After the course ID, there's trainer ID.
Okay. That's even not a problem, because assuming we have different students being trained by the same person.
Okay.
Do you understand that? And whilst if you have this like that, there is no issue with this as it is. But if you are asked the question, how many courses are there? You can't just look through 327 roles and say there are 10, 20 courses. What if there are 1,000,000 roles? Will you be able to look through and count the number of items that there are if there are repetitions? You wouldn't be able to do that effectively. That is where the use of distinct comes in. That is where the distinct keyword becomes useful. So let me copy this again, and we would repeat it. Remember, we did this last week anyway. But we use the AdventureWorks database.
Yeah.
So if we want to find the number of courses, so for example, we know that there are, assuming we are doing data analytics, cybersecurity, SM, BA, QA, and all that. But all these courses are done by like 500 people. Then you would see that if we do a database table, the course ID would repeat itself several times for different people. That brings the difficulty of being able to count effectively the number of courses that we have if we just focus on the table as it is. However, with the use of the word distinct, we can distinct. What do we want the distinct to work on? We want it to be on the course ID.
Yeah. Course ID.
Right? This is where we want it to be. And if we select this and run this query, you would see that it tells us that we have how many courses? 7 courses.
Oh.
We have just 7 courses in the database. Course ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Forget about this numbering to the left. That is just the chronological order. But this here, if I say chronological order, I'm a bit wrong. That's not very correct. But that's just the number of, showing the number of courses that there are with these course IDs. So if I had given, if for example, I replace one with DA1, DA2, do you get my drift? So these, it shows that there are 7 different courses within the database. Is that okay? I just wanted to give a further explanation on what we did last week. Okay. Now we go to the query, the third type of query. You know why I put these marks here, right? Right. So where do we have this? We still are in the same. I'm going to use the same database to do some calculations. I'm going to use the same database to do some calculations. And where possible, we would mix it up with the AdventureWorks database. Maybe next week, I'll give you a database to load up into your SSMS, and then we can use that also for further exercises. So let's take this as 3A. Now I want to select if we want to do calculations, the best database will be where? Something that has to do with figures, right? That is why I'm using this database. Let's see what happens when we run this query. Okay, so this is the pay that people receive. This is the pay that people receive. That's their pay value. 55K, 31, 42, 31, 500, 42,000. And then these, you see that some are salaried, whilst others are hourly paid. So there is a mix here within the database. Some are salaried, some are hourly paid. That's not a problem at all. We can still use that in our calculation, right? So let's just focus on those with hourly pay. Or better still, let us just select some people. Let's just select certain things. What do we want? Let's select certain things from this table. Let's assume that we want the payment ID, pay element ID. We want the person ID and how much they are paid. We want to find out what everybody is paid. Let's assume we want to find out what everybody is paid, right? How do we get that? We need the person's ID, right? And then we need the payment ID too. And then we need the pay value, right? So that's what we're going to pick. We're just going to select. Again, we did something similar last week. So pay element ID, we want that. Then we also want the person ID. Person ID, we want that as well. Then we want pay value. We want the pay value as well, right? If we select just this and run, that should restrict the output to just the columns that we have selected. Okay? Now, this is what we want to focus on. This is what we want to focus on. So now we're going to do calculations on this. So assuming I ask you, so look at this carefully. Let's just focus on the yearly pay. 55,000, 31,000, 42,000, 31,500. That's the yearly pay. Assuming I ask you to find somebody's monthly pay, what will that be? How will you get that? Can somebody tell us? How will you get that?
Hi, Godwin. If
Yep.
this is a monthly pay, we'll have multiplied by 12, right?
No. Is this monthly pay? This is the monthly pay. I'm asking for you to tell me how to get the monthly pay. This is the yearly pay.
So we divide by 12.
55,000. Pardon?
We divide by 12 then.
What do we divide by 12?
The pay values.
We divide the pay value by 12. That's beautiful. We divide the pay value by 12. Now we just want to focus. I know that the output has got hourly pays there. We forget about that. Forget about those ones, right? I'm not going to take those ones out yet because we haven't yet done the query that takes those things out. So forget about those for now. Now, whatever output you see, just focus on those ones that are salaried pay. Right? Just focus on those ones. In fact, maybe I should even change this. I should say whether it's a salary payment or yeah, let me see if let me see the query again so that I can include that. Salaried, that is pay type. Okay, pay type. I'll select pay type as well. That is after person ID, pay type. Pay type. Pay value, pay type. Pay type. So we say we want to calculate the monthly pay. We don't forget about the hourly values for now, like I've said, right? Forget about those ones. They will still be there and they will look ridiculous, but forget about them for now. At some point, we will take them out and then you would see just the salary, those who are paid salaries, not those who are paid per hour. So how do we get that? Somebody just gave us the answer that we need to take the pay value and divide it by 12. That's all. That's all we do. That's all we do. So you see, though this is not in the database, we have introduced it. That's the beauty of SQL. And then when we execute this, you would see that it has divided 55,000 by 12 to give us this value. This by 12 to give us that. That by 12 to give us that. Right? So actually, you can use something like this, impute all the tax elements, deductions, additions, everything, and then use this to calculate your salary for workers in any organization, no matter how large the organization is. So that is, you see, you can see clearly it shows you the power of SQL. And I'm sure a lot of accountants would be happy if they could just use this. It will make their work so simple. Right. But look at it. This here doesn't say we have introduced the column pay value divided by 12. But you will see that it does not say pay value divided by 12 here. Why is that? Because though this is an introduction that we have made, it is not an attribute within the database. So it is not known within the database. So it is not given a name in the output. Now, the question then is, if we are asked to submit a report showing the monthly pay for workers, will it be good for us to produce an output like this for our employer or for our manager? Granted, somebody has asked the question and then probably you've produced the results immediately, so they may know what this is for. But a week down the line or 5 years down the line, if somebody comes to look at this, will they know what this stands for?
No.
Highly unlikely. So will it be good to leave this as it is? No.
No.
So what should we do? Remember when we started doing SQL, there was this thing that I mentioned that SQL allows for aliases to be introduced. And I asked some of you if you have nicknames. Do you remember that conversation we had?
Yes.
Okay. So this is where aliases become important. And we use aliases a lot in SQL, and we will use them a lot as we go along. So now we have introduced an alias. We say that pay value divided by 12 should be recognized and called monthly salary. That is just what we have done now. So we have given it, using the word as, we have given it an alias. Now, if we execute this, you would see what would happen. Whether or not this column would now have the name monthly salary. Let's see whether that is going to work. Has it got that name monthly salary? Yes, it has monthly salary here. I believe you can all see that clearly. Can
Yes, we
everybody
can.
see it? Pardon?
Yeah.
Good. Good. That's good. That's brilliant. Right. Remember, I said we should just, a while ago, I said we should just focus on the salaried workers, right? How do we get them? How do we now get only those who are on salaries? Because obviously, this is not representative of the whole database, this output here, because not everybody is on salary. Some people are on hourly wages. So if we want to do this properly, then we must separate the salaries, those who are on salary, from those who are on our hourly pay, right? And though we have not yet done that keyword, that's the next thing we are going to do. So I might as well introduce it here now so that we split the salaries from the hourly pay people and we see who are the Ogas and who are the Omoshe. Okay? So again, we're going to run this. Now, where do we have the difference between those who are on salary and those who are on hourly pay? Which attribute shows that? Can you tell me from this output here, which attribute shows those who are on salary and
Pay
those who are,
type.
pardon?
The
Pay
pay
type.
type.
A pay type. Beautiful. Beautiful. So now we introduce another word, a keyword, where. Remember the format I gave you right from the beginning, the first lecture. We said select from where. And remember we said these two are the only mandatory ones. The others are used as and when needed. Now, so we use where to filter out roles. Now, what we're going to do now is to filter out those roles which have our salaried workers from those ones which are hourly workers. Okay? So we use the keyword where, and where, which attribute do we want to filter on? We want to filter on pay type. We want to filter on pay type. I'm not sure. I don't know why my IntelliSense is not working. Did I do anything to it? Where pay type is equal to salaried, where pay type is equal to salaried. Now let's see. Let's see if this would work. And somebody should tell me if this is going to work. Before we execute, somebody should tell me if this is going to work.
Select pay type, pay element ID, pay type, pay value divided by month 12 as monthly salary. Don't know.
It should work.
It should work, huh?
What pay
Okay,
type
I
is.
like
I
that
think it will work
confidence.
because you have now.
I like the confidence. I like
Yeah,
the
it
confidence.
will
But
work
let's
because the
execute
pay
that.
type now is equal to salary. It's not just for any type of pay.
Okay, let's see whether it would work. Did it work?
Oh dear.
No.
Nope.
Nope. What is the reason?
We don't know.
Hmm?
Pay element.
What is the reason?
Invalid column name.
Invalid column name salaried? I don't think. Yeah, well. That's what it's told us.
Or
That is what
probably
it's
we didn't
told
say
us, and
select.
it's actually told us the line on which the error is. But you see, when you are naming things when you are making a selection from within the attributes mentioned, the attribute elements, attribute objects mentioned within the database, salaried, hourly pay, those textual words which you have imputed in the database, what you need to do is to put them in quotation marks. So let's now see whether this is going to work. Did it work?
Yes.
Good. So now we have separated those who earn salaries from the hourly paid workers. See, this has no hourly paid worker in the output. And you see how important that small omission, is. See what it caused. Just that small omission, and then your query would be screaming and you would think, come on, what have I done wrong? Sometimes it is just a slight omission, and you don't need to panic. Just go over your queries again and see which ones are keywords, what data type. If it were a numerical data type, it wouldn't need, if it was something like 2, 3, it wouldn't need quotation marks. But if it is a textual data type, it will need to be included in quotation marks. Okay. Any questions so far?
No problem.
No questions?
No.
Beautiful. Now we're going to look at the where clause properly. We're going to look at the where clause properly. This is just by the way. Now, the where clause, it's one of the most, it's quite an important clause in the SQL language. And it is used, like I said earlier on, to restrict the roles produced from a select statement. Okay. Another thing to note, you don't just put where there. The where clause is followed by a search condition. In this particular instance, this is our search condition. We are searching for salaried people within the pay type group, right? It's followed by a search condition. And there are 5 basic where clauses. There are 5 basic where clauses. We will go over these clauses one by one. That is where the bulk of our lecture for today would be actually. And maybe could even go into next week. So now let's look at condition. Let's look at 4.1. There is what is called the comparison condition. Then we have range condition. Range. Then we have membership. Set membership condition. Then we have pattern match. And this is very, very important. You would know why. Then we have, finally, null condition. Null. Who is at my door? Did you just see what I did? Instead of putting these one by one, you can just come here and then comment everything out in one go. And if you want to uncomment, let me select it again. Uncomment, I just click on that and everything goes away. Okay, now if I want to comment, I just click on that and I comment everything. Okay, so let's look at the first one.
Please,
But before we look at the, pardon?
what do you mean by comment?
Okay, so you see these lines that I put here?
Yeah.
They are comment lines. Now, what do they mean? Who understands? I've said before several times what these mean. What do they mean? Who can tell us what they mean? What do they do, rather?
Okay. Something like when you want to type a statement in a query, something like that.
No, that's not what they do. All right, I'm going to do something now. Just watch. I'm going to do this 2 times. Watch carefully what I do and tell me exactly what you see. I'm going to do it again. Actually, I'm going to do it 3 times. So this is the second time I've done it.
You are running a query.
Hold it. Just wait. I'm going to do it again.
Oh.
Can you tell me what you notice?
Yeah, without the comment dot, the query, you get error when you execute the query.
So what do you think those are for? What do you think these are for?
I think it kind of distinguishes between what the queries are and what isn't.
Not really. Any counter opinion? Any different opinion? Come on, I've said this more than once. And it's good you ask the question because you need to know what it does. Okay. What this does is that when you run the query, look at it again. When part of the query is commented, this is the comment lines, right? Part of the query has been commented out. That part does not execute. So if I were to remove these comment lines, and I select the whole lot and execute, straight away it throws an error because it doesn't understand what this is. SQL does not understand 3B calculates the monthly pay. It does not understand that language. Do you get the point? So whatever it is that you do not want the system to run or execute, you would do what? You would comment it out.
Yeah, makes sense now. Thank you.
So for example, these are notes I'm imputing into the queries just to ease readability and for ease of understanding. So when you come to this place, and the reason why I've left space is that I'm going to put other things underneath each of these ones, right? When you come here and then you read the notes attached to the query, you understand exactly what the query is supposed to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. So the comparison condition compares. Now, this is where the value of an expression is compared to another. Where the value of an expression is compared to another.
Please, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
You know what you just explained now with the three hyphen in front of the message, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And now when we are talking about the 5 basic where clauses, we now have 2 in front of them. What's the difference? Can they be made 3-3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
When the 2 is auto-generated by the system itself. You get the point? The 2, the system itself. You see, when I did this one, I did it 2. I did it 3 earlier on. And when I did the system again, it did it. Okay, let me uncomment. And then let me comment again. There is some. These ones still have. I want it off. Do you get that? When I use the functions within the system, the facilities of the system, it is restricted to just 2, which works fine even if I do 3. Okay. Now the range condition, this tests. It tests whether the value of an expression falls, like the name implies, falls within a specified range. And what does this one do? Now, this one would test whether the value of an expression is equal to one of a set of values. And who can tell us what this one would then be from the definitions we have given so far?
I think it means if the test values have the same pattern.
You have an idea. So whether it follows a specified pattern. Yeah. And this one tests whether a column has a null value. And null value, who can tell us what null is? That is a huge matter for debate. What is null?
Is it 0 or empty?
Ha 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 ha. The debate has started. What is null?
I'll go for empty.
What is null? Somebody says 0, somebody said empty. Any other opinion? Well, my opinion is and we would come to that. Not worry, we will discuss that fully. Don't worry at all. Because null is quite an interesting concept. It is an interesting concept. But before, okay, null and 0. What is the difference between null and 0 and empty?
No, I think like a missing number or missing data.
What about if it's blank? Have you done cleaning in Power Query? In Power BI?
Power BI, no.
Have you used the Power Query editor?
No, not yet.
No.
Okay. So you come across blanks and stuff, okay? Null is an interesting concept, actually. Don't worry, we will discuss that fully when we get there. We'll discuss null when we get to null. But it is an interesting concept, actually. Now let's go back to mathematics JSS 1. Mathematics JSS 1. Who are the mathematicians amongst us?
Augusta.
Augusta, are you a mathematician?
I used to be.
Ah. So did you do a degree in maths?
Yeah, my first degree years ago.
Oh, that's nice. That's quite interesting. So you should be able to assist us with this then. So do you teach maths now, or
My math is teaching me now.
maths is teaching you now? Oh no. Because maths is quite interesting.
It is interesting, well.
I also have a background in maths.
Nice.
Once a mathematician, always a mathematician. You still have it in you, Augusta.
I didn't remember the execution query, so it's my own history I remember.
Right. So Augusta, you would help us.
Okay.
Comparison operators. Can you give us the first one?
Greater than or equals or less than?
No, let's start from the small one, please.
Equals to.
Equal to, yeah. That's the way I like it.
You see?
Equal to, and the sign for that is this. And the next one, obviously, will be what? Not equal to. not equal to. If it is equal to, then there should be another one to that says not equal to. And how do we represent that? That is how it is represented, okay?
Oh, okay.
Now it is
Okay.
also represented as this. It's also represented as this.
Oh.
Oops. Now then we have, Augusta said greater than,
Yeah.
which is this cap sign.
Yeah, right side.
And then we have less than.
Yeah.
If we have greater than, then we should have less than, right?
Yeah.
Which is the opposite of that. So you see, when you put these two together, then it's the system. So it's like this one says it's neither here nor there. So it's not equal to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have greater than or equal to.
Yeah.
Greater than or equal to. And in much the same way, we have less than. Oh, I haven't finished with that. Greater than or equal to. So we have less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So these are the things we're going to use in our comparison operators. In our comparison conditions, sorry. When we look at the comparison conditions, these are what we would be using. Now, I think we can do, I think we can use, let me see if we can use AdventureWorks. Let me see if there are any calculation tables in AdventureWorks. Finance, there is finance in AdventureWorks, so we can use finance. We can use that. Okay. So let's see. How far? How are we doing? Are we getting it? Is it sinking?
Yeah, it is fluid.
Is it what? I didn't hear that.
It is sinking.
It is sinking. Okay. Okay, cool. Is that Emilia?
I'm following.
Okay, cool. That's nice. Right, so let's look at some of these. So let's take 4.1. 4.1.1. Because I think we have 4.1 already. Yep, we have 4.1 already. So we're going to look at the comparison conditions. That will be our first. So we're going to use this table, this here. But before we do that, let me just run that query to see what we have there, okay? Select all. Let me change the database, AdventureWorks. Select all from. Fact Finance. Fact Finance. Let's see. Okay. So that's working, right? We haven't imputed any work loss. So obviously, there is no comparison condition. This is just a flat statement to get everything from the fact finance table. There is no restriction on this query, but we can put restrictions there. We can restrict the output. We can restrict what we see. Let's just select an amount. Somebody look carefully and give me a random amount from the results you see here. Let me expand this a bit so that it gives us more options.
Can you bring that thing down a bit more, please? You've gone up too much.
Hold it one moment. Are you writing it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, so now somebody look at the figures we have here. Under the amount attributes, that is what we can do, we can work with, right? Or that is what we want to work with. Look at that and then pick just one figure. The first person to pick a figure.
21704.06.
21. Which line is that?
Line 4.
Line 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I can't see that.
What are you?
Oh, hold it. Wait, let me see line 4. Okay. 2107.06. Okay. So let's see. Select all from Fact Finance, where amount is equal to 2170 for 0.06. Let's see if that would give us an output. Has it given us an output?
Yes.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. So you see how powerful this can be. See how powerful this can be. In much the same way, if I were to change my database, it would do the same thing. It really doesn't matter at all. If I were to change my database and go to where do I have anything? All right. Where did we have the pay value? Pay value. Where did we see pay value in
I think your database, we don't have that one.
I know. Okay. I know. Pay elements. I'm not looking for pay element. I'm looking for pay value. Okay, pay value. Okay, so let me run a query. I just want to choose a different database so that you see that it really doesn't matter the database that you're using, so long as you know what query to write, right? So long as you know what query to write, you would come to the same result. You would come to the same results. So let me just do another query. Select all from pay elements. So I'm selecting from this table where pay value is equal to, let me say 50, we saw 55,000, right? No, let me see 31,000. Let's see if that will run, and then it would only not run if there is no 31,000 in the table. Yep, it did run. So somebody earns 31,000. Somebody earns 31,000, right? That's why we have it there. Okay, let's go back to our AdventureWorks database. And let me copy this again. We can also have select all from fact finance where amount is greater than, let's say greater than, okay? Greater than this value. Let's see the results that would come out. You know, we have already done this, and this produced just this result. But now we are looking for a result for all those that are greater than that. And if we execute what we have, we get how many rows? Wow, 1,792 rows of data. That's pretty heavy. That's quite a lot, isn't it? But if you look through, you would see that none of these here, none of them would be below 21,704. None of them. You can run that query on your own system and see, because you have the database.
Yes.
Run this, you would see that none of the results is below that. Every result produced will be greater than that figure.
True.
Good. Right. So in much the same way, we can, for example, say less than or equal to. Let me use less than or equal to. And let's see what happens there. Again, we have 1,538 rows. And then you would see that for this particular one, this is inclusive because it is less than or equal to. And you see that value here, the very first one. right?
Yes, that's true.
Good. Now,
Sorry, I tried to execute that and I got an error message.
you got an error because you've typed something wrong. Share your screen. Let me stop sharing and then you would share your screen. You see that you typed something wrong or you didn't select the database?
I have the database. I said select. Okay, let me share. I typed select all from fact finance where amount is greater than this. Then when I execute, I got this.
How did you execute it?
When I finished typing, I clicked on execute.
Okay, so do that again.
Shall I type it again?
No. Execute again. Let's see. Let's see how you execute it.
Okay, I just did it.
Let's see exactly. So you haven't selected what you want to execute.
Oh my gosh. I think that was my problem.
But that itself wasn't an issue. Execute, let me see.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't select it. Sorry.
That's not a problem, actually.
Okay.
The problem is that you have errors in the... So everything, because you didn't select anything, everything should have executed.
Okay.
But you see that one of the things is underlined.
Yeah, this was when I was
because this one came from a different database.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not from the same database.
Yeah.
So straight away, the system has recognized an error and then throws an error for everything.
Okay.
So if you have a lot of queries from multiple data, especially from multiple databases, then it's not advisable to not select what you want to execute. So it would always be advisable to just select what you want to execute and execute that particular thing.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Can stop sharing now.
Yeah, you can stop sharing.
Thank you very much.
No worries. So we've done this one. We're going to look at one more step in addition to this. And who can tell me what this would mean?
You're not sharing yet.
Oh, am I not? Okay, cool. Sorry. Where is my Zoom?
Are we trying the not equal to now?
Pardon?
Not equal to?
You want us to try that? Try that yourself, please. Okay. I've done how many? 1, 2.
Let me try the
3,
second.
4. Yeah, try those ones. You can try all the conditions yourself.
Yeah, the last one, please. Second.
We only picking a few to try because we really have a lot to go through. Maybe we'll just end on this compound comparison search. Now, so what is like I said earlier on, we've done this one, comparison condition. Who can tell us the meaning of this compound comparison condition?
Who can tell us what? Hello?
I've highlighted something here.
Yeah, so what do you want
the meaning of that? Compound comparison condition.
It's where
Okay, listen to the question. Listen to the question. We've just finished talking about comparison condition.
Yeah.
Right? We've given examples of it, though we haven't used all the comparison conditions. And somebody said we should do not equal to. Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, I've run mine and I've executed mine and it came out.
It came out. Yeah.
So Godwin.
Yep.
Would the compound now be, when you run multiple comparisons at once?
That's all I'm looking for. You run multiple, compound. That's what it means. More than one. More than one. So, for example, compound comparison condition. When you do more than one, select select all from Facts Finance. Facts Finance. Is that it? Yeah, Fact Finance. Where let's say amount is greater than, let's say 30,000, 300,000, 805.37 and account key. And account key is less than 20. So here we've put two things together. We can put more. But here we've put two things. We are saying that we should select everything from this table where the amount is greater than this and account key is less than that. Right? So if we run this, let's see what is going to happen. It has yielded 270 rows of data. And if you look through all of these, you would see that the amount would always be greater than 300,805. All of these.
Hello, I've missed something, please.
Pardon?
I have missed something, please.
What did you miss?
Please, don't assist me. The compound comparison condition. I had to go ease myself when you were explaining. Yes, please, I'm in a class.
Compound comparison condition where two or more conditions are used.
Okay. It's where two or more.
Or multiple. Let me see where multiple conditions. Multiple conditions.
Thank you. Is it the example you are giving now?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you see here we've used two. What are the conditions? Amount is greater than this and account key is less than that.
Oh, that's lovely.
Do you get that?
Yeah.
Good.
How much did you have in every day? 1 today, 2 years. And now 2 today.
Who's having ice cream at this time?
I look how I'm tired of. Not even a fool.
I'm still writing the query. Where amount?
Any questions so far?
Hold on. 3005.
No, very.
Is there any questions so far?
No, for me, not from my end.
And account key. And then 20. I need to run that quickly. Select all and from Fourth Finance, where amount is greater than 300,805.37 and account key less than 20. I got it.
Okay. Any questions so far?
No.
No.
No questions. I like that. That means we are all understanding, right?
Yeah, and it's 11 o'clock.
Yes,
And it's 11
thank
o'clock.
you.
Is that a signal to tell me that time is up?
Yes.
Okay, I've taken the cue. I just wanted to do one more thing, but anyway, the rest will take maybe another whole day's lecture. The rest of the where condition. Maybe we'll finish. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, I'll leave that till the next lesson. If there are no questions, who should I send the notes to? Is it Dami? Who was the guy who came, who I sent the notes to the last time? Who recorded the last week?
It was Damilola.
Yeah, Damilola. Is it Damilola? Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to send this to you right away. Who should I send to? Who is recording?
Augusta.
Sorry, I think Damilola is a student. Then Damisola is an admin, I think.
Yeah, Damilola, the student, was one who recorded last week.
Yeah, Damilola recorded last week.
Well, you can send it
on the
to
call
me today. He is
I
not.
want to send it to whoever did the recording.
It's Augusta
It's
recording.
Augusta. Augusta,
Yes, sir.
are you happy to receive it?
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll send it to you so you can share, okay?
All right, noted. I'll do that.
You can share with the recording also. The recording usually is formatted. So you need to speak to Olaomi to see whether it's in the right format, okay? And then you can
Are we able to save any of the things we did today, or just close and it disappears?
Oh no, it would save.
I didn't save anything last week. I
It will
closed it.
save.
So how do I save?
And just close it. It would save. When you open it next time, it will be there.
Okay. So where do I close it from? Is it from the canvas here, or from the close the whole thing?
Just close the whole thing.
All right. Thank you.
Don't close the canvas.
Okay.
You can just close the whole. The next time you open it, it would ask you whether you want to restore those ones. So it should only delete them if you say no. Do you get the point?
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Thank you so much. And
That's cool.
Good night, everyone.
That's cool.